I'm dangerously incompetent, and this is World of Tanks. In this video, we talk a bit about strategy on the Tundra map. I'm driving my Pz.Kpfw 2 Luchs, which is a German Tier 4 light, on the Tundra map. I'm top tier in this battle, and I'm probably the fastest tank on the field. So I decide I'm going to try and take the eastern hill. I'll show you why in a minute or two. So I get up here first. It looks like only that T127 is following me, but I'm up here first. I'm here before the enemy. So let's wait a little while, see if I set a little ambush, see if I can catch someone coming up the hill. I get bored of that really quickly, too quickly in fact, and then think I'll have a little peek from these bushes here. Ooh. There's a marder giving himself away by shooting. Ooh, and a B1 has just come up the hill. I give myself away by shooting. Now B1 hasn't noticed me at all. Look where his gun's pointing. He's fully occupied with that T127, so I can sneak in and shoot him in the engine. That got his attention. Oh, and now we've got an LTP joining us. Now the B1 can see he's outnumbered 3 to 1. He makes a mistake here. He should be pulling back down the hill and try and hold us off at the choke point and buy some time for his team, but he doesn't. He's intent on fighting it out here. He's doing alright at it, to be fair, but he's still outnumbered 2 to 1, and he's shortly to be outnumbered 4 to 1, so he's not going to last. Now you can see we've got quite a few tanks here, and the enemy is making that tell because he has greater numbers elsewhere on the map. But now we got rid of that B1, there's no one else in the enemy team trying to get up here. Now we can use this hill for all it's worth, and the reason this hill is worth a lot is you have excellent field of view. You can view the base and the spawn point in the north, the base and the spawn point in the south, look down the river. You can see all over the place, and if someone decides to start shooting at you from one of these places, you can just pull down, back up, down the hill and break their line of fire so they can't shoot you. Wait for your spot to be broken, come back up again, shoot them. And that's what I'm intent on doing. Now I do have, my gun is a bit of a pray and spray, so I'm having to wait a long time for the aiming in order to get some shots to hit. But I'm still kicking out the damage. And there's 4 of us up here doing this. In fact, it's getting a little bit crowded, because I'm certain that heavy, his camouflage is nowhere near as good as mine. So it's only a matter of time before they get shotted at, and I happen to be in between them and I end up being shot. So I decide to leave the hill to my allies and then go after that Hetzer and Sow, whilst they're preoccupied with the people on the hill. Unfortunately, 2 out of the 3 allies I'd left on the hill and were counting on keeping the enemy occupied have decided to follow me. Oh well. There's still 1 up there keeping them busy. The Hetzer's gone down to the valley to try and get that Panzer B1. And I've got that Sow to play with. but he's paying attention to me, so woo, he's got quite a gun on him. He's going to certainly one-shot me with the few hits I've got left. But my allies are still shooting him. So holding that hill has managed to let us claw back the advantage in numbers. We're winning 10-8. Yeah, that's how it doesn't have an awful lot of armour, even on the front. And there he's gone. So now I'm free to go after their artillery, who haven't moved very far from their spawn point, using the speed of the Luchs. Run round, make it hard for them to aim. And then get close and just unload my clip into them. And it looks pretty certain that we're going to win now. Now that Pz.Kpfw has just said in chat, Covenanter, learn to play. Well, there's still a light running around somewhere, and that hill is a good a point to spot him as anywhere else. And it has a good view of our own base. So if the Covenanter decides to cap, the enemy Covenanter decides to cap, which he has done, the Covenanter should have been able to spot him. But now the enemy has told us where he is, and we're just ganging up to kill him. So the flow of the battle was we went heavily on the hill. We got the hill, but the enemy didn't make very much of his advantage in numbers elsewhere on the map. Then we killed most of the enemy by shooting them from the hill, and then we just clear up the artillery and the last tank left for the win. Hooray!